What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of What's Up, Cuzzo podcast with your two favorite cousins. What up, Melly?
What up? What it do? What's happening, everybody? What's going down?
Uh, we chilling over here, man.
Yeah, man, it's Friday, the
Absolutely.
the 13th. We forgot about that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wasn't it Friday the 13th last month also?
I think it was recently. Yeah, freaky,
Back to
freaky
that.
time.
Right. Hopefully, nothing gets too crazy.
No, man, just stay away from the woods and the lakes. You'll be all right.
But there may be some things that are out here that are fugazi.
Possibly, man.
we,
I've been saying it.
we gonna talk about it though.
Mm,
We're gonna talk about it. Was it fugazi or not?
mm.
So I guess we could jump right into it. Let's see. Actually, I'll just play this. We'll just go off the cut and not prolong. There we go.
Yamaha is leaving California after nearly 50 years. Caroline Petro Cohen reports Yamaha Motor Corp is relocating part of its operations to Kennesaw, Georgia, and plans to complete the move by the end of 2028. The company said it will begin the transition at the end of this year and sell its California land, offices, warehouses, and other fixed assets. Yamaha said the move is part of a push to improve asset efficiency and profitability in the U.S., while responding to cost increases from U.S. tariffs and changes in the market. The company's marine and motorsports facilities already moved to Kennesaw in 1999 and 2019. Yamaha is the latest on a growing list of major companies that have moved operations out of California in search of lower costs. In other business news, Disney's Parks, Cruise Line, and Merchandise business has a new chief. Samantha Masunaga.
We'll stop it right there. We'll talk about Disney next time. But anyway, what do you think about that? Because another company moving out of California.
Man, Cali gonna look like Detroit in a minute. All these businesses leaving. Not definitely not good. Um, Anytime you have businesses leaving, where's the jobs at? Where's the industry? Where's the economy? Can't all be AI and fast food. That's not a real economy. But, whatever they're doing or whatever they're attempting to do, it's working, which is making everything high as heck. So people want to leave. So, yeah, another one. Just another one in the latest. If it becomes too much, too rich for your blood, you got to move on. So, yeah, I'm not a motorcycle rider, but they've been here for a long time. So, not really sure um, what our politicians are saying about that. Have you heard anything about businesses leaving? What they're gonna do about that? Anything in particular?
I mean, no. I just hear, you know, we're one of the greatest economies in the country. You know, that's what I continue to hear. But when it's brought up about instances like this about companies leaving, as you kind of spoke to, where the job's going to be at, that's kind of like glazed over. And we'll actually talk about him shortly. But our governor actually met with He was on a podcast or something, and that was one of the questions. And he pretty much just didn't really answer the question. Just talked about how great the state is, and the state is great, yeah. But there's a problem now. There's a leak. There's a leak in the faucet. There's a hole in the pockets. You put something in your pocket, there's a hole in it, and it's all bad because you may lose that thing. And so these things need to be addressed, and instead of, them trying to look good, like they don't want to address the root cause of the problem. And, kind of like you said, this is just another one to add to the list. The in and outs, I know we have Mark Zuckerberg leave. If we have time, we'll talk about this, but you had Rihanna leave because of violence that's going on in the state. You have Yamaha leaving. I think I heard that the Coors brewery is relocating, and it's all because of the same thing. It's all this red tape, and people start a business because they want to make money, not so they could be along and be in the poverty line with like everybody else. The goal is to make income. The goal is to thrive. The goal is to be rich. Like, really, if you want to break it down. So I'm starting a company, and my company has been in business for years. Excuse me. And we've been successful for years. But now, like, we have to address and look at some things because there's a problem. There's a problem, Houston. And that problem is, like I said, all the red tape. Businesses being, charged multiple amounts of taxes to be in business. And people say, oh, yeah, they had the money. Oh, yeah, tax the rich. I brought this up many times. But let me ask you this. If you start a business, you want all the breaks that you can get so you can stay profitable. If you were to start a business right now, I guarantee you wouldn't be, if they said, oh, you one of the rich people, we're going to tax you. I guarantee you wouldn't want it. You wouldn't want to be taxed. But that's where we're at right now. And again, this is the question that I continue to ask. What happens when all these businesses leave, all these jobs leave, and they can't tax these businesses? Where's the taxes going to fall on? Who are they going to fall on? Where are they going to go? The citizens. Be fooled if you want to be fooled. Like, don't pay attention if you want to. But you look up, you're going to be slapped in the face with another tax. And that's their go-to. It's like, we got, Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about basketball shortly, too. But we got Michael Jordan. His go-to was that turnaround jumper, the fadeaway. And this is politicians' go-to. Guess what? We don't have enough. Tax. That's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna look like. So it's unfortunate because people are complaining about not having a job. And as these companies continue to leave, it's going to be more and more have-nots. It's going to be more and more people who are sleeping in these mobile homes that I see parked near my job. It's going to be more and more people like that. So you need to open your eyes, because if you're in California or whatever state you're in, you need to pay attention to your local politics, because it's what matters. I mean, nationally matters too, but locally is going to affect you before nationally will. So you need to make sure that you are paying attention to those things. Excuse me. It's just sad though, like to, see some of these companies go, like someplace you could probably roll up on, and you could pull up real quick and go check it out. They don't just sell motorcycles. I know you brought that up, but they got jet skis and all kind of stuff. But now they're leaving and going to Georgia. I heard somebody say this, and I don't know how true it is, but a lot of people are not coming to California. Like, you remember, like, California was that land, like that place, like the people, everybody had to go to. If you want to be an actor, you come to California. If you wanted to be, famous, you come to California. People are not coming to California no more like that. You're not having groves and groves of people coming to California. One, the cost of living is crazy. It was already crazy before. It's crazy. Guess what? People going to Atlanta now. We'll have to see, see how this plays out. Like, I just have to say, who's next? Who's next? And I actually look at here. Let me see. I have a list. Let me see if I can share this. Let's see if I could go. Don't go too large now. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's too big, but do me dirty like that. That's okay. We'll leave it like that. Y'all just have to zoom in yourself. So we got Tesla moved to Texas in 2021. Oracle, they were in Redwood City, which is the Bay Area also. They moved to Austin, Texas in 2020. Chevron, San Ramon, which is in the Bay Area also. They moved to Houston. Hewlett Packard, San Jose, we know that's up north also. They moved to Texas. Charles Schwab, Frisco, they moved to Westlake, Texas. SpaceX, they moved to Texas. Twitter, they moved to Texas. Yamaha, they moved to Georgia. Neutrogena, they moved to Jersey. Palantir, they moved to Colorado. Playboy, they moved to Miami. Damn, we lost Playboy too. It's getting bad out here. It's getting bad out here. Shoot. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about that. Anything else, Cuzzo, you wanted to share?
That's it, man. I mean, we'll keep. Well, I'm pretty sure there'll be more businesses coming. So we'll have to follow up. Yep.
All right. So we got. Let's see. Share. There we go. Actually, I don't know why it cuts it off like that. Let me see if I do that. Oh, there we go. I like that one better, actually. Yes, sir. So I said we was going to get to this. We're going to talk about...
Governor Gavin Newsom wants to use millions in taxpayer money to advertise California in a better light.
KCRA3's political director, Ashley Zavala, followed up on this spending with lawmakers. What did they tell you?
So our main question to those lawmakers who oversee the budget committees at our state capitol: is this a good use of taxpayer money? Governor Gavin Newsom wants to use $19 million to promote California in a better light nationally. According to a state request for proposal, also known as RFP, it opened last month. The ad campaign is meant to promote how the state is, quote, an economic powerhouse and unmatched tourism destination and world's epicenter of innovation. The campaign is meant to fight, quote, negative narratives amplified online and in partisan media. Up to $14 million of the money would be spent on the advertisements themselves. Another up to $5 million would cover costs for travel, agency fees, and production costs. The contract is expected to run from April 6th until December 31st of this year, which is the end of Governor Gavin Newsom's term. California has been grappling with budget problems over the last several years, and you may be wondering, well, where is this money coming from? According to Newsom's Department of Finance, the money has already been earmarked. Governor Newsom's Office of Business and Economic Development has a budget this year of $373 million. The money is coming out of that. So today we tried to check in with the lawmakers who help oversee California's state spending plan. Again, is this a good use of taxpayer dollars? We started in the Assembly. The budget chair there, Assemblyman Jesse Gabriel, said he needed to read the request for proposal before commenting. We also asked Assemblywoman Sharon Quirk Silva, who oversees a budget committee that's focused specifically on Governor Newsom's office. She told me she's not commenting. Then, over in the state Senate, before lawmakers got started, I approached the budget chairman over there, Senator John Laird. He would not comment. I also reached out to State Senator Melissa Hurtado, who leads the subcommittee that oversees the governor's office spending in the Senate. She was out sick today, but she texted me that she had no comment. Here's what the Republican budget leaders had to say.
This just looks like to me that the governor has taken an opportunity to promote himself around the entire country. You know, I've heard a lot, especially on my side of the aisle. People had issues with Kristi Noem spending over $200 million on what looked like a promotional campaign for herself. And now the governor is about to do that with a state that is projecting a lot of fiscal issues into the future.
I'll stop it right there. Shout out to the good governor, Gavin Newsom. Trump calls him something else. Newsom, right? This is ridiculous. This is obviously a play to promote himself, because everybody knows, even if you want to try to fool yourself, but everybody knows he's going to put his hat in that bid for President of the United States. He's been going across the country. He done been in Atlanta. He done been in some other states promoting himself. I'm sorry, Georgia and some other states promoting himself, trying to show everybody what kind of guy he is, that he can relate to you, that he's just like us. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he's been promoting himself across the country. And but this is more the same, because he's been spending and wasting the taxpayers' money. They've been spending, shout out to you, they've been spending the taxpayers' money for whatever they want to spend it on for the longest. Shout out to you, Mill. It's crazy, man. Again, man, that's why we have to pay attention and think about who we put into office. And guess what? I take responsibility. I raise my hand because I wasn't in the same space I'm in when Gavin Newsom was running for office. I wasn't. I didn't really care. You know, I know a lot of y'all people who are younger probably don't really care. Probably don't think your vote matters. But I don't really give a damn. And I'm going to just be 100% honest. But this is what I get for not caring. You know, who knows? My voice could have maybe shifted some people's perspective on how things were. I don't know. But this is just another play, another waste of taxpayer dollars. You know, he's ran this country down to the ground. It's like he got a rent-a-car. You know, this is for not everybody, but some people get a rent-a-car and they dog their rent-a-car out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, why don't they dog their rental car? They don't treat their rental car like theirs, and that's what he's doing. He's not treating this country like, I mean, this state like it's really his. He's just doing whatever he wants with it, and whatever happens, whatever shortfalls happen, whatever troubles we come up with. Guess what? At the end of the day, he don't care. He does not. He does not care. Excuse me. And what's crazy is that, shout out to you. What did Mel say? Shit, I feel like it matters, but they got an agenda. Driving a rental like it's stolen for sure. I agree with both of those things. Hey, for sure, they definitely got an agenda. They got an agenda. And the agenda doesn't have our, our well-being involved in it. It's just to drain us, pause. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it. That's the agenda. Do what I want to do. Yeah, they voted me in, but guess what? I'm gonna run my own program. I don't care what they want. You know what? I'm gonna pretend like I care. I'm gonna pretend like, I know what they want. I'm gonna pretend like I got their best interests at heart. I'm gonna pull at their heartstrings. I'm gonna make them feel good because I know how to talk well. They don't give a damn. And actually, let me take that back. Some do. But he's shown that he does not care. But I'll let you have it, Melly.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we already know they're gonna take the money and do something else with it. Like you said, this dude is already going to put his hat in the presidency's ring. So it's like you were taking money to market California to be better than what it truly is because you feel like it's been on the internet being talked about in a negative light because of bipartisanship. But when the numbers, and then as we can see the story that we just had before, we got businesses leaving. So it's not bipartisanship, it's what's happening in your state right now. So I believe there's two things happening. There's the reality of things, and then there's the whatever they believe, they want you to believe that things are happening. And I forget what they call it, but you will always speak in other terms and never talk about you being defeated because you're in a position of power. Yes, you're representing the people, but the people's voice should resound louder than yours. And when you're representing the people, you're going to do whatever you believe the people want, regardless of what they're yelling, what they're saying in the streets, what you're getting in terms of the numbers or feedback through polls. I mean, it just kind of like you're looking at something totally different than what we're looking at. You're saying something completely different than what the people are saying. So there's a disconnect and a misconnect that's done on purpose, So it's not that we don't understand what's going on. It's you guys are not listening to how we understand what we see is going on. There's a difference. So it's like, oh, don't you know I could see you? You're not invisible. You know I could see you, right? Like everything you're saying means absolutely nothing. So what I'm saying is based on what I see you doing, not what you're saying
I ain't the
that
smartest
you
man.
want me to see.
I ain't the smartest man to wear with Smokey. It look like you back there taking a shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Don't you know I could see you? It's like I ain't gonna tell nobody else. All right, cool. I'm gonna keep it between me and you. That's gonna be it. So and it's not even about politics. It's about how you're able to live life on a daily habit or a daily routine. Is not the same. When it becomes more expensive to do what should be normal and come easy for you, it's becoming more and more difficult. It's taking more and more resources to do certain things because you're having more resources pulled away from you or pulled from under you. So that's why things are happening, and then you're able to kind of deflect and say this person did it or that person did it because you're having, wars. You're able to keep the whole Democrat Republican going when we know it's the same thing. It's just one side or the other. It's
Right.
kind of like the Globetrotters and the Generals. We know y'all working together. Ain't nobody in their right mind about to follow you around while you dribbling into the circle, spinning the ball, and I look like a fucking idiot. Are you serious? Come on now. Yes, it was entertainment back in the 80s, the 70s, early 2000s, but yeah, we already had and one tour, so it was kind of like, yeah, that stuff is outdated. You're gonna have to give us something better than what you've been saying lately.
Right.
That
We need
that ain't
something else.
flying. People that normally go along with you and roll with you, starting to take a step back and say, hey man, you know what you saying and what you doing is not what I signed up for. That goes against this, that, and the other, my religious belief, and I only see you guys going this way. You guys are not going a way to where it's bringing any relevance to the people or the states. You guys are in totality making things work on purpose to do what? For what reason? What is the reasoning behind it? You can't continue to blame one man because he's doing everything he can to run this as a viable business. Even though people don't agree with it, it is what it is. That's a person that's going to speak and say things how it is and then move how he said it or spoke it before.
Right.
Not do something to say something and then it's totally different. Like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? What's happening? That doesn't make sense. And then you speak in other terms again and you're not being clear. You're being evasive. So it's just to deflect, deter, and confuse. Those are the rules of engagement with the public. So when you do that, you make the public look stupid and dumbfounded, and they don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
That's the fact.
Be a man of your word. You speaking one way and thinking another thing, you're a double-minded man. I don't respect anybody that does things in that manner. If it's gonna be this way, then that's the way we gotta show up. You saying this and doing that, I can't respect it because you can't follow it. You can't count on it. You can't stand on it. So yeah, if I was $1 million business, I'll pull out too. Probably should have pulled out.
Right.
Shout out to my kids.
Right. Oh man, hey.
Daddy love you.
Yeah. I got you.
Right. But that's
Yeah,
just how you
man.
feel, man. You got money. It's like, man, this ain't working for me no more. Let me move somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Right.
Hey, yeah, man. Shout out to you. Yeah, it's crazy that we allow these type of people to lead us, but I mean, it's gotten so far gone. You know, we got a lot of work to do. I'll put it that way because it could be done, but he's got a lot of work to do. And I'll say this: there's a few things. Term limits, we need those. And then I don't know. If this is my opinion. I think it should be a cutoff to vote.
Well, age-wise, you mean?
Age-wise, yeah. So I think that at a certain age, like you need to. I don't know, just like a driving test, man. You need to be retested.
Oh wow!
I need to see if you functioning properly. Hey, this is what I'm saying. This is the reason why
cognitive function, right? Yeah.
This is why I say this is because that you have people who are in their 80s, 90s, and I'm not saying they're dead, but a lot of the policies and stuff like that they vote in, they're not going to affect them. They're going to affect the younger generation, and then also like a lot of people don't at that age. Wait, what the heck? Hold on one second. You just randomly started while I was talking. But anyway, what happens too is that those people sometimes they don't understand fully what's going on. You know, a lot of things could be going on. We see Biden, you know what I'm saying? He's up there like, you know, looking like
Dudder
Weekend at
Man.
Bernie. Right.
The
Yeah.
Dudder Man, right.
Yeah, like what's going on? Like, what did you say?
Right.
So I don't know. That's just my humble opinion. You know,
The other dude, Mitch McConnell, yeah.
Mitch
it was
McConnell. That's just like,
Right.
what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hopefully
Right.
YouTube don't get me for that. But yeah, what the hell are
Right.
you saying, bro?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I feel you, but how that gonna work? Country was built on a man's back. I don't know. What do you mean? How's what gonna work?
I mean, there's a lot of different ways that things are used to be done that are different today. Like I tell people today, like taxes is one of those things. Taxes, we didn't used to pay taxes in this country,
Right.
but now taxes is a way of life. You know, property tax, you got tax on food, tax on goods and services. So it's like not all that money is supposed to be going to keep the roads paved and keep everything looking nice and
Schools and stuff like that.
schools
Yeah.
like that. But it's like that's not true.
And then they said the lottery is supposed to be to help the schools. Like, come on, bro. All
Right.
these millions and billions of dollars that people are winning, and you telling me that a percentage of that money is going to the schools? Like, come on, man. Like, cut it out.
Yeah.
Let me see. Taking some of those rights away. Like age. Okay. Yeah. No, I get it. It was just something that I brought up. And if you do your research, like if you base the reason why men were able to vote on the criteria, then you'll get an understanding that technically, and y'all may look at me funny, women shouldn't be able to vote. The reason why men were able to vote is because men had to register themselves in the draft. And still to this day, women don't have to register themselves to the draft when they turn 18. Men still do. So look into that, and then you'll get to see why. And I'm not saying to take women's rights away. I'm not saying that. But based on that, then women shouldn't technically be able to vote. But there was other things that came into play. But like right now, like if we go to war right now, women can volunteer, and the women that are already serving, they would have to go to war. Take some of those rights away. Like, oh, okay, I already said we already looked at that. Let me see. Them folks ain't having that. No, you're right. They're not having it. They're not having it. Yeah. So yeah, women don't have to. You know, to basically enlist themselves. Or, I'm sorry, not enlist themselves, but they don't have to, you know, put themselves like sign up. Like if there's a war, they have to go to war. They don't have to do that, but men have to, and that was tied to having the rights to vote, you know, back in the day. But anyway, excuse me, I wanted to show this real quick. I'll just show it like that. So, as of early 2026, California is the world's fourth largest economy. The world's, not the city. I mean, not the states. I mean, fourth largest economy in the world.
World, Craig.
Top flight. Boasting a nominal GDP of roughly $4.1 to $4.3 trillion, which represents a significant portion of the global economy. Often ranked just behind China, Germany, and ahead of Japan. It accounted for over 14% of the U.S. GDP in 2023. Bro, are you kidding me? Like Nipsey said, where the money at? You know what I'm saying? Where's it at?
All money being taken out. That's what's happening.
he said all money in like a all money. I think I forgot that lyric, but all
Yeah.
money in, but no money out. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. All money being taken out.
Man, cold game, man. Cold game. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the next thing. So the marathon was last week, right? Was it last week or this weekend? It was the weekend, right?
It was last weekend, yeah, because it's about to be a new weekend.
Oh,
so,
that's
yeah.
right. Yeah. So we
Yeah.
had a marathon. Shout out to those who ran in the marathon.
I did in my dreams.
Oh, I thought I was about to say, because I thought you was about to get out there, man.
Actually, I was, but it just didn't work out for my schedule. So,
Right.
next year. I might do the Long Beach one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see. Let's check it out.
It all came down to a single step.
Oh, come get him. Come get
26
come
miles
get
long.
Got him.
American Nathan Martin winning the LA Marathon by a hundredth of a second. The closest finish in race history.
Closes like a freight train, and that's exactly what he was doing.
The 36-year-old surging from behind, beating out Kenyan Michael Kamau, who appeared to briefly stray off course in the final mile. But this newly crowned marathon champ isn't just a runner. When he's not training, you can find him inside a classroom as a substitute teacher or coaching high school track and cross country in southern Michigan, preparing the next generation of runners. He hopes this win inspires the students that anything is possible.
Just a good example to them. You never know what's going to happen. And if you put yourself in those opportunities, you don't know what door is going to open up.
Oh my gosh! A photo finish, a historic win, and a moment he'll never forget.
We don't want to hear about him. I mean, I'm just saying. We don't. Oh, man. Let me see. What do you say? Feel like my check when the bills come. For sure, man. Hey, man.
It's short.
Hey, man. Hey, where's the rest of my shit at?
It's short. Yeah.
Man. Hey.
Some ain't getting paid.
Right. We gotta figure it out. Like, hey, okay. We need some food and lights, but guess what?
Yeah.
This other thing we can hold off on it for a week.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Call them and see if we can get an extension.
Tell them, man. Listen, I need some help.
Yeah, man. So what do you think, man? We had an American man win the marathon.
Yeah, man. I love the fact that we had an American win it, because Kenyans, Africans, they've been killing it, in every marathon for a while now, and that's probably why they've been talking greasy in the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? So they feel like
hey, we run this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like they had our number, So it's like, listen, man.
Fast, man, chasing gazelles and shit.
Oh yeah, of course. But but all seriousness, I'm just happy we were able to kind of see that win and that finish in the fashion that we were able to see it, because that just goes to show you, like, every man in life is running his race, and at any given time you choose when to make your sprint. You choose when to turn the juice on, stop coasting
by yourself. Shit.
Yeah, you choose, man. Yeah, you choose when you turn the gear on and hit that next level. And it's all about, the choices that you choose. You training, you moving, you keeping yourself composed. And it's like, once you get, close to where you want to be, it's like, yeah, I got to get there. It's not about that man, it's about this man. So I'm glad he was able to accomplish his goal, and shout out to that individual. Shout out to the guy that thought he had it, but you got to be quicker than that. Because that's another story, man. You coasting, you almost there. I'm dog tired, man. I'm about to win it. It's almost there, a little bit, and it can be snatched away at any given moment. Because you coasting and you feel like you got it.
It's yours, yeah.
You think it's yours, and somebody else want the same thing that you got. So it could be taken away, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, they born fast, like I was saying, for sure. and they come out chasing gazelles and chasing cheetahs and shit away. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Not only that, shoot, they gotta walk a long way to school, get water, all that stuff. So
for sure.
they got a lot of room, that they gotta go do that some places and spaces.
Right.
But I respect, their training regimen because I see it online, and because I've taken up running recently, I kind of respect how you control your breathing, how you control your tempo up and down, you know, going long distances, short distances. You really have to be in tune, with your body and your training to understand your cadence. It's a rhythm. Running is a rhythm for sure. We walk around every day like nothing, but when you get to running and you running like miles, it's truly a rhythm. Your breath, your breathing, your arms, your legs, like all that stuff. It's a complete rhythm. So again, man, all respects to everyone who was able to make it out to that event and participate in it, whether they finished or not. You was able to make it there, and yeah, on the 2027. That's the next one.
Yeah. Am I muted? Let me see.
No, you're not muted.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Cause I went real philosophical on me, man. I can't go too crazy, but yeah, all in all, it was good to see, American win because, kind of like you said, they've dominated, these marathons. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a Kenyan or somebody from some other country, uh, you know, in Africa that usually wins, and that's all I gotta say about that. That's it. I actually was gonna ask you. You actually kind of already spoke to it anyway about you running and stuff like that. But do you remember that time when we was standing in Inglewood and you was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get up at 4 a.m. and go to the and go to the beach and run." Hey, that shit lasted for like 3 days or something like that. Oh man, hey, that didn't last long at all, man. I was like, it was rough. I know that first time we got out there, I was like, oh yeah, this ain't it.
Mm,
This ain't it, man.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
that's dope that you're taking that up and that you're doing that. I kind of look at your stories every now and then. And I see you. Well, I don't see you actually running, but I see your posts and stuff like that. It's pretty dope, man. I never got into running. The only time I ran is because I had to because it related to basketball. We had to do some type of conditioning or something like that. So, I think it's dope though. I think it takes a lot of discipline, to do that, especially like you said, when you start to get involved in running like marathons. Actually, you know what? I did do a 5K. I know that's only, like 3.5 miles, right?
3.1.
3.1. Okay. Yeah. So that was interesting. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this shit again. It was for like a charity or something like that. I was like, yeah, that was cool. I'm glad I could, support this charity and I'm up out of here though. Let's go get some food. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, this was something that I know there was some people, a lot of people that I knew, some people that I used to do Herbalife with and stuff like that, who actually ran the marathon. Uh, one of my actually former clients, she ran the marathon as well. She was, training. I saw her training like a few months before. Uh, she started or whatever. She's doing like heels or some shit like that. I was like, okay, that's what's up. Thing it looked like she was running at Valley Ridge. You remember Valley Ridge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who wants to do that on just because? I don't know. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I run up in the sport. I'm not talking about running. I'm talking about like Valley Ridge. Like I remember those days. That hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Valley Ridge is another beast because that's like a 60. That's like a 45 degree, 65 degree. Then it goes up to like almost a 70 degree
Right.
angle up a hill or up a mountain. Really, it's a
Mountain,
mountain.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I drive down it every day, and I see people walking up it. So hills are good though. Hills are good every now and then. Walking every day is good. I've
Sure.
gotten into that because I hate running. So, for me, it's like picking that up to kind of build discipline on certain things I've been working on within myself or my business. So it's kind of helped me be, more focused. When you take your health serious, you got to take other things serious, because you become competitive within your own self. So it kind of helps with some of that stuff. And then when I go places, I always have ideas and creativity. Like, okay, I want to run here. Like when I went to Vegas, went to the strip and ran down the strip. And I did like 7 miles that day. I didn't plan on doing 7 miles because I took the wrong way trying to come back from my hotel. Yeah, but I
It
ended up
happened.
doing it. It
Yeah.
happened, yeah, and it was kind of like my legs was gone by the time I came home. I left with legs and came back an amputee. It felt like it, but yeah, but yeah, man, running is good because you're able to do things and it takes you to some places and you get to meet different people. So that's why I like it. Like I'm going on Sunday to like this run walk thing on Sunday at Darby Park. So you should pull up, cuzzo, if you ain't doing nothing. It's at 9 o'clock in the morning. It ain't too early.
It ain't too early, but you said,
Yeah.
I mean, you did say run, walk, but
Yeah, run, walk. It's not just run,
dang,
And I'm
okay.
not. Yeah, right.
I would just
I
be
just be walking.
just
Right.
be walking. Hey, hey, me
Hey,
and
that's
saying
cool too. Hey, man,
right there.
if you can get in 10,000 and 20,000 steps, man, a day, man, that's above average. I tell people all the time, like, because that's like 3 miles right there, 10,000 steps, I think, or 20,000, something like that.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can Google it, but yeah, if you can get in miles a day, man, just walking, well, that's how you live a long life.
Damn, 4.5 to 5 miles.
See, there you go. And people don't even realize it. It's like
I'm
that's why,
definitely doing that, no problem.
right?
Yeah, how long is the course or whatever that you guys are?
Oh, you know Darby Park. That course ain't long.
Oh, it's just over there. Oh, okay, I thought you
Yeah,
was like starting there and going somewhere else.
I don't think so, but yeah, I mean, we might start there. I don't think they go down to SoFi or around the Forum or nothing, because that's what I would do.
Right, right. They're like, all right, y'all, here we go. Like,
Right, here
hold
we
on, man.
go. Wait, where we going?
We leaving the park. Hold on,
We
what?
going outside the gates?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Hey, hold on, man. I ain't
Wait a
signed up for
minute.
this.
This was not on the brochure, man. Wait a
Right.
minute. Yeah. My
Hey,
car is
man.
right here. I'm gonna meet y'all over
Right, right. Hey, I'm gonna meet y'all at the burger spot. I'm hungry.
there.
Right. What's the checkpoint? That's right. Hey,
Man.
man. Hey, I need to see some signs or something.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but that was dope, man. Maybe because you running the next one.
Definitely, man. I'm gonna definitely get in the next one. Like I said, the Long Beach one is coming up, so I'm gonna see what's up.
Is it a full marathon or is it?
No, they got 5K and I think they got half marathon and a full marathon. So I think I'm gonna start off because I've done a 5K, but I think I'm gonna start off with the half marathon.
So
That's
half
like
is 12 or 13 miles.
13.
Okay. Oh yeah, because it's 26 and a full.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next thing. I know, cuz you probably don't want to talk about this, but I thought it was in the news. I thought it was, worth talking about it.
Oh yeah. Come
You
on
know,
now. Pull up Unc, man. I see you.
you see him? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see
See what
what
you
he's
talking
talking
about.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the new TV. I say, well, hey, I might well get on everybody else on it. Look here, let's tenderize the world. Let's just tenderize the world. And for real, leave your teeth at home. You don't need no teeth for the meat.
No teeth needed.
No.
And
Pause.
no teeth
That's
for the
wild
meat.
work
Crazy,
right
crazy.
there.
Let's talk about
Pause.
Keith Lee, because I know that you
Never
met a
need
lot
teeth
of
for the meat.
celebrities, but there was one turning point. Keith Lee, he's very influential in food reviews.
Foodie.
How did that change everything? Like, how did Keith Lee's review change everything?
Well, I'm gonna tell you because I'm gonna spit it from the hip. I was at Edie Amin. He's like a rapper.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Outlaws.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Now we just like our next door. It's a wall divide us with. And we were shooting.
He has a restaurant?
No, we were shooting a podcast.
Okay.
All right. And so Lee come by, Keith, to see me. I didn't know he was gonna give me no money or nothing, or even, no offer. But I look at it like this: any person that come to see me, it's no block. I don't have a blocker. Just come see me. So whoever working, wherever they work, you go, hey, hold on a second, let me go get walk, bring him back. He had to give me a quarter. It's just you came to see me. That's all it's enough for me. That's just been a bonus. And so when he came, they couldn't give me the money. It's like, what?
Is it $4,000?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what they said it was. I didn't ever see the money.
You didn't?
I talked to Mr. Lee since then, but I never discussed any money value. But yeah, it was $4,000.
So you didn't take the money?
I never seen the money.
Oh,
yeah. But if hey Lee, if you out there, no, I'm just playing, man. You can reach me 9555422. No, I'm just playing. Y'all, you gotta have a little fun. Hey, man. But other than that, yeah, it made a turning point. And that turning point got me here. See?
So I'll stop it right there. The world is tender in some places, man, for sure.
Man,
not in a good way.
Go hit that cash app, Lee. Go on and send that thing, man. Go on and shoot that. Zell that thing.
I need that.
Yeah, go on and Zell that thing, man. You still got it.
So we kind of know that that this whole situation with the Destination Steakhouse or Smokehouse and stuff like that, and Walter kind of just blew up. I just start seeing him all over social media. Him, saying, the meat is falling off the bone. And him throwing his glasses, and he has a swag or a bravado, to him, you know what I mean? And so he's easy to like, and he just has that you know what I'm saying? You have some people, older people that have that, and we need more older people, that like that, that are able to talk to a lot of people. I'm not talking about his personality, but I mean that are able to talk to, everybody, and who's cool and laid back. But I kind of started to follow when the whole Keith Lee thing happened, because I watched Keith Lee, and him going to the restaurant, him not able to meet him, and why he wasn't able to meet him. Things kind of escalated from that point, and then you started to see the owner try to do damage control and hit, instead of having Walter be in the videos like he's always done, that we've always seen, that we come to love. He started to see the owner in all the videos, and him start to try to do the dances, and him trying to do all this other stuff.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. And I'm like, bro, yeah, exactly. It reminds you of Puff, bro. It reminds you of Puff. He want to be in all the videos. He want to sing all the songs. He want all the rewards. It was just a bad look, a bad taste. And then they block Keith Lee from seeing him. Which, I mean, they don't necessarily Keith Lee don't necessarily have to see him, but Keith Lee has a certain way where he goes about doing things, and he'll pop up and have somebody in his family go in and kind of see the customer service experience, and then he'll go in and kind of give his own thing, right? but it just kind of like was a look on the inside of stuff that used to happen to Black people all the time. You know, they used to take your talents and take what made you great and try to monopolize of it and use you and not give you a piece of the pie. You
Friendly
know,
reminder.
Man, this is a new day today. You know, like I'm glad that they were able to it was able to be caught, able to be addressed, you know, and they were able to, you know, he was able to get up out of there, you know, before it got really bad, because you know, like at first I thought it was his restaurant, just like a lot of other people did. But when you find out it's not, okay, cool, it's not his restaurant. Like you see him bringing all these people in line. Like, what do you know, like if you are a decent business person, there's a couple things that I have in mind. One, y'all talk about compensation. You don't have to make him an owner necessarily, but guess what? You compensate him for his advertising, because guess what? You would have to pay for this somewhere else. Why not compensate him? And then two, you try to outshine him, and you don't have it, bro. You don't have it at all. It ain't something you could make up. You know what I'm saying? That you could, you know, that you could turn on. You don't have
do that
it.
at any of my parties. Don't do none of that.
If you don't have it, you don't have it. And so
Yeah.
he tried to, I mean, which is cool, but he tried to have, instead of, you know, keeping Walt doing what he was doing, bringing the people, talking to the people, making him money, you want to be in the spotlight. You want to be in the limelight. It was just bad, a bad look all the way around. And you know, it's unfortunate, you know, for him, because, you know, Walt, you know, coined tendonism as it relates to barbecue, but it looks like the Destination Steakhouse is gonna coin emptyism, because ain't nobody in there. They're gonna coin, you know, hopefully this don't happen. I'm not wishing it up on them, but out of business system. Hey, it's bound to happen. You don't have no customers. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all seen it out there. If y'all saw the lines, it was lines out the door. They had stanchions. I saw a couple other videos that people have been posting. It's like 2 or 3 people sitting at the chair, and them stanchions are still up, but nobody is in those stanchions. And this is what you get. But I yield.
Yeah, man, no doubt. I mean, shout out to the boy Mill 22633. You know, he got some good perspective, man. And to that point, have you ever seen the drone video out there getting all that tenderism? that's funny to me. The drone pull up on you. I'm like, wow, they got it going out here. That's crazy. But just to speak to the point of,
I'm about to drive past there on the way home.
Yeah, but look it up online. You'll see like the drone videos over there getting the tenderisms on Fed. Yeah, but yeah, just to speak to the point of man, I am happy for him that he's getting his moment, you know, to shine and do what he does and do what he's always been doing, and that's be him, you know, captivating and debonair, you know, and what you see happening, you know, possibly, but we ready to take that risk.
No, sir. No, hey,
we're ready to take that risk.
Hey, guess what? I just learned I can look. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do nothing else.
Exactly. We ain't got to do the parade. We ain't got to do the parade walk. We can just cruise through like an Uber. I'm here to pick somebody up. Right. The cops might not believe you though. Yeah, but just to speak to the point, like, yeah, this has been done. This has been done where, you know, we the talent, we the face, you know, and then, you know, they take the recipes, you know, they take all the hard work, the generations of work. That's food, that's liquor, that's land, that's towns, anything, any inventions that we've had, as you can see it, you've seen it all your life, the dude that made the super soakers, how long did it take him to get his money that we was playing back with in the 90s?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, it's nothing new. Like, a certain groups of people haven't created anything or can't create much of anything. And when something is created, it's always taken, put away, hidden, locked away, patented, copywritten, so they can lay claim to, your creativity and your hard work. So I'm glad that he's able to get, his shine, his 2 cents of fame. And hopefully it continues. Hopefully this can build off of, this experience. But again, we've been here before. We've done this before, so we'll see where it goes. Because after the fame and after the 2 cents of fame runs out, then we stop supporting. So that has to be a change in us as well, just to kind of look at it. And then just the whole situation with Keith Lee. I'm pretty sure there was some miscommunication. There was some awkwardness. There were some things that might have happened in a certain way that didn't allow him to bless Aunt as he wanted to. And it was a reason why, because we probably knew that the owner did that, So for whatever reason, he shouldn't have did that and stepped in there and did it that way, because that's what started his demise and his downfall. That was part of it. Like you say, getting into videos and speaking up and talking up, because now you see, we see dollar signs, so let me get in here and put my face out there. No. Now you step to the back, stay back there. We're going to continue to make this money and you ain't going to have nothing to worry about. So that be the issue, that be the problem. So at the end of the day, you're going to get what you always had, which is nothing. Because you try to take everything and it's never been yours. So that's the problem. So shout out to Aunt, shout out to Keith Lee for doing what he does, and we're going to keep it rolling.
Yeah, man, I think that I'll just add this last thing that, and you kind of actually already said it too, but, he's starting to catch a lot of waves, and, people are appreciating who he is, and they saw what was going on, and so a lot of people are stepping in. Like he was on EYL. This is where this video that I played was from Earn Your Leisure, and they kind of like gave him some ideas. They said they were going to talk to some people for him on his behalf, and so and he kind of said it on this video. If you get a chance to go back and watch it, he said that like once he start, putting his trust, in a certain space, in a certain direction, and not focusing on that stuff, everything he was able to move forward, and things like grew tremendously, and they're still continuing to grow tremendously. So, and he has a lot of plans out there for himself. So anyway, that is all, man. Shout out to Walter, Mr. Tendernism. You know what I'm saying? We're going to stay off of Figueroa. I'm not going to be no victim, man. Hey, I was always told, Mill, like, hey, you could look, man, but don't order from the menu. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is one of those things, man. I can look at the menu. I've been past there a few times. I ain't fell victim. I have to go that way. Well, I don't have to go that way, but, sometimes I do avoid it because I'm not about to look at this today. I don't want to see that. Then sometimes I end up driving by there because it's the easiest route. And I'm like, I don't know why this girl is out here, man. She looks very pretty girl. Why you out here? You get some trick.
Save her.
Some guy to trick on you. Oh yeah, we ain't
save
saving her. We definitely ain't saving her.
I want to be saved. Captain.
Man, hey.
Save, man.
I ain't been the captain of nothing, man. I don't plan to be the captain of saving them either. Man, but shout out to Unc, man. That's only because it ain't no deals. Hey, if they start accepting Klarna and Afterpay, I might go out there. It's funny.
Man, the
Oh
tariffs.
man.
It's the tariffs.
Yes, it's the tariffs, man. Hey, Pete, this may be the last thing. We'll try to get through this. I got a lot to say about this one, though. I got a lot to say about this. I don't know. You muted. I can't hear you. Oh, you on? Okay, my bad. All right. I got a lot to say about this. Let me see. Let me get the right video.
Your job doesn't stop. Neither do we. More than
Man, cuz where is it free? All right, we good.
83 points in a single game, an incredible feat. His biggest fan, his mom, right there. Here's Will Reeve.
Tonight, a big Bam Adebayo in the record books. Scoring 83 points for the Miami Heat, the second most points scored in a single game.
83.
Bullshit. Oh, my God.
83 points for Bam Adebayo.
Surpassing the record of 81.
We can stop it right there.
20
We
years
can
ago.
stop it right there. We don't. We can stop it right there. Hey, we can stop it right there. We don't want to see that. Hey, anyway. So, Bam Adebayo. I think he plays power forward and center for the Miami Heat. I can't even get it out. Has scored 83 points, which puts him number 2 in all-time single-game scoring record, surpassing Kobe Bryant. I had to try to get that out. At number, who is now at number 3. And so I watched the first 2 quarters of this game, and Bam was balling. Bam was putting in work, and just like any other team, they're going to continue to give. Well, I'm sorry, any good team, if you have a player who's hot, you're going to continue to give him the ball. And so he ended up with 30 in the first half. He was knocking down the jumper. He was going to the basket. He was playing defense great. So, he had a couple blocks in between that time. He was going to the free throw line. He was getting fouled. And, then it started to get later in the game, third quarter, he had like 60 plus. And then fourth quarter, he was in the 70s when he got close to 70. And then he surpassed 70. And so then this is where things kind of shifted, for me. I think that this is where I started to question what was going on. Let me ask you this, because say for instance, and you could be, honest, if you either way you feel, if say for instance somebody was going for the rushing record in football, and so what the defense was doing was letting the team score right away, like run the ball back or throw a long touchdown and not play defense, just so the offense could get the ball back and score. How would you feel about that?
As what? As a player?
As a player, as a fan of the game.
I wouldn't respect it. I wouldn't think it was a stat that was truly earned. I was look at it. It was a stat that was co-conspirated. So it's like that's not actuality. Yes, it happened, but it happened in a way that was given to you.
Right. And so the reason why I asked that is during the course of this game, you saw a combination of things. You saw his teammates fouling intentionally so they could stop the clock and they get the ball back. You saw his teammates going to the free throw line, missing free throws intentionally so they could get the ball back. You saw other individuals like the refs, it seemed like, were part of the conspiracy because they was calling fouls that weren't even fouls. They were like phantom fouls. Like, are you really calling this foul? And I had a conversation with somebody early on about this, about what it was, and they thought, oh, it's just you're mad because it was Kobe, and all in all, he did it. Like he got the record. Yes, that's true. But all records aren't created equal. You know, people still frown on that 28 game season that the NBA had, and the Spurs won a championship. People still frown on the bubble championship that the Lakers had. So if we could frown on that, why can't we take a look at this? You had your teammates fouling intentionally so you get the ball back. You had them missing free throws so you guys get the ball back intentionally. It looked bad, and I think it was bad for basketball, and just that's my humble opinion. Because now, what will the next person do when they get close to the record? Or what won't they do? Like, we just open it up for anything. And guess what? Mind you, like, you know, some people, like, you know, like I said, I had a conversation with, you know, somebody about this, and they thought it was just about a Kobe thing. But no, it's about how it was done. If Kobe had did it like this, I would have had a problem. I'd be like, yeah, he scored 81, but it was kind of trash because of the way they did it. Or, I mean, Kobe probably would have went for 100. Brian Shaw, former teammate of Kobe Bryant, went online and said that Kobe Bryant, when he had 62 against the Dallas Mavericks 3 weeks prior to him scoring 81, he was like, you know, Phil Jackson said, you know, hey, B. Shaw, go talk to Kobe and see if Kobe, you know, wants to start the fourth quarter. And Kobe looked at the clock, they was up by 20. He was like, nah, like, cool, I'll get it next time. And Brian Shaw, from Brian Shaw's mouth, said, you know, he said that, you know, yeah, I was kind of upset because I wanted it more than he did. Kobe was like, nah, I'll get it another time. And guess what? 3 weeks later is when he scored the 81. And he still came out the game with time left on the clock. And they were down in that game by 20. So you're up by 30 with 2 minutes left. And guess what? If you were playing in the floor of the game and not doing all these extra added things like fouling intentionally and stuff like that, then I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, I'm with that. But the way that you did this was terrible. And nobody could tell me differently. I think that if this is the Miami Heat's way, because they like to talk about the Miami Heat's way of doing things, the culture. What kind of culture y'all got over there? Fugazi culture. I don't know. I don't have much to say. I guess I thought I had a lot to say, but I think I'm done. You know, shout out to Bam for his 83 points. He will be in the record books. You know, when people look back at this, you know, they probably won't bring all these things up. And you know, a lot of people have something to say, you know, about it, like real fans. And guess what? He told Dwayne Wade, man, take your old ass to sleep. That's what he told Dwayne Wade, right? He's a legend. The game has changed. And, you know, just like things that go on, you know, in society, this just opens up the door for one other thing. And we worry about the way that the product looks out there when cats are playing. Like, people don't want to see that shit. People don't want to see shit like that fouling intentionally. Just like I don't want to see somebody trying to make a team, like let the team score in football to try to hurry up and get the ball back so you can win a title, a rushing title. Like, that's not how you do it. Kobe did it in the course of the game. He did it in the flow of the game. You shot 46 free throws, and that was the only thing you was over 50% in. Your 3-pointers was, you were 7 for 22 from the 3-point line. And guess what? When I saw you were 5 for I think you were like 5 for 17. So you didn't make another three. I mean, you made 2 more threes, and then your shooting percentage from the field was under 50%. It was just bad to me, man. And can't nobody tell me different, you know. And I don't care if it was Kobe, I don't care if it was Shaq, I don't care if it was Jordan. If they did it the same way, I would call it Fugazi. That's all I got to say about that.
Hey, he said it all, man. It's not much else I could say after that. I didn't even watch the game, so I saw a couple of highlights, and I really don't watch much basketball anymore just because of that. Like, the product is not the same. This is entertainment, people. People don't understand that this is a business. It is in the entertainment industry, so they can fix games. They can, shift narratives. Kind of like WWE. People don't want to think about stuff like that, but the way that basketball used to be played, that is gone. It was exciting for a moment because Steph came in with the 3-point era, so that was exciting. So now we have a new brand of basketball coming in, and it's not entertaining. Where we thought competitiveness was, at the helm, we've probably been seeing entertainment for the longest, but at least we felt it was competitive, because you had certain players on certain teams. You had the object of the game being played to where one team is trying to defeat the other team, and it's based on your game planning. It's based on your skill positions, who you have on your team, how you match up, so forth and so on. So, being up by whatever you was up and you still in trying to score points and the other team is allowing you to score, that's collusion to me. There should be an investigation right now, headed up by the commissioner. Both of those teams should be fined. That's the way I see it. Now, people will say that might be taking it too far. Well, possibly, but then you have a lot of, things connected to the NBA, maybe former players and gambling, referees fixing games. It's many different avenues that are happening that they don't shed the light on, that has happened, that is happening, So this latest thing, I think I've seen, I don't know if this is true. I seen like a screenshot of somebody FanDuel where it was like Bam Adebayo was going to be under 24 points for that game. Is it 24 or lower? And it was like, I guess he picked the under. And this dude goes for 83. A lot of people hurt. So if you were gambling, if you had money on the game, it's like, do you get a call from Vegas and they say, hey, we need this dude to score 83 if we going to be able to, get the money back for this bet or that bet or whatever, or you owe us, so we need this to go like that, And I truly do believe, like, they do talk like, okay, this is what we're going to do the fourth quarter, or this is what we're going to do the second half. We ain't going to play such and such much, if you guys can catch up, cool. But we're not going to let this dude score too much more. Or if a guy needs like 2 points, oh, yeah, we're not going to put him back in the game. Like, man, that was my parlay right there. I only needed a layup from this dude, and this dude don't get back in the game.
Props. That be messing up them props, boy. Right. Hey, you got a cat expected to score 6. I mean, I'm sorry. I do it every now and then for fun. But I had Giannis getting 10 rebounds. He got 6, and that's the only one I missed.
There you go. So it's like I think about stuff like that, and it's because that's such a big business now, and it's out in the open, and you have more people doing it, then they're able to kind of make different things happen, because they can make money at so many different levels now. So, but yeah, I kind of echo the sentiment. I really don't feel like this 83 is an 83 that can be respected. I know him as an individual, he feel like, yeah, I got out there, I'm a pro at the highest level, I did what I needed to do, and that's my 83, especially if you're not respecting, the people that came before you. That's a chump move. That's an immature move. So if that's your attitude, you and your ugly girlfriend, y'all can go somewhere. Who cares? Go somewhere and have some ugly kids. Who cares? That's all I have to say about that.
Oh man! Shout out to Cuzzo.
Listen, man.
Somebody had to say it.
I despise people, man, who talk greasy like that. I'm like, come on, bro. You not the best looking dude. Neither is she. So pause
You're
yourself.
not the best looking dude either.
She's not the best looking dude either. Both of y'all need to pause.
Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to Bam. Like I said, hey man,
do your thing, man. Hey, let me see how many brand deals you get off of that whack ass 83.
You know what? What's crazy is that this is the last thing I'll say about this. Honestly, hopefully it is. Honestly, it's the last thing I'm saying. I'm gonna make it be the last thing. Is that on NBA 2K, they got a free code for Bam 83 points. If you put in the code, you get some type of reward or whatever, right? It's free. You think I put in that code? I don't want that shit. I don't want it. I don't care if it's DC. I don't care if it's no shoes. I don't care if it's the player card. I don't want that shit.
Hey, I mean, NBA 2K, man, 27, it's going to be the cover with Bam on it. Y'all buying it?
Man.
They going to see themselves tank, boy.
Oh, man.
They going to see themselves tank, boy, faster than the V8.
2K don't do it.
Premium in the state of California, that thing going to tank so fast.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it. But anyway.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you, brother Bam. Shout out to y'all both, man.
Bam Adebayo and his lovely. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I know you got to roll at some point, cuz if you do, I'm still run this though, but I'll give your 2 cents if you need to later. But the WNBA, they have not come to an agreement yet. I'm sad about that. That's why I'm smiling. I'm sad about that.
Man, they must not like playing for basketball in the States.
Man.
They must like playing overseas.
Yeah, man. Let's
The
see.
WNBA's 2026 season is up in the air right now as players and owners try to strike a deal without delaying the start of training camp. Today marks the deadline for talks between the league and the Players Association, with both sides negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement. ESPN's reporter Alexa Philippou is here to talk all about it and dive in. Alexa, thanks so much for joining us. What are the major sticking points for the Players Association right now?
Well, the major sticking point throughout this whole negotiation has been revenue share, both what split of revenue share the players would get and also what that system would look like. So that's something that it's, to my knowledge, still being discussed, that they haven't been on the same page about what that could be. And the easiest way I could probably explain that is that the league is proposing a salary cap that's a little bit higher than $5.75 million for 2026, whereas the Players Union is proposing one that's closer to maybe $9.5 million. So that kind of shows you how far apart these two sides still are. But besides that, both sides still need to flesh out what a housing system could look like, and the WNBA housing has been provided by teams for the entirety of the league's existence. And they also have to still figure out a core designation system, what that'll look like moving forward, and some other smaller things like, revenue.
There she go, Cuzzo. Oh, I don't got it up. I just got it playing, huh? Dang. Look, there she go right there.
Or not revenue, but the retired player benefits and stuff like that.
Seems like they still have a lot of work to do. So tell us what things will look like if a deal is not reached. Where does the WNBA go from here?
Right. So the players and the league are meeting actually right now in New York City here where I am. And so there's a hope that there could be, that they can get closer to a deal thanks to this meeting. If that doesn't happen, then that might be where we start to see the schedule impacted. But even if a deal isn't determined, in this very meeting right now, if they feel like they can get out of this meeting and that they're closer, maybe that we'll see, no schedule impacts just yet. But I think basically at this point, you're looking at a deal has to be agreed upon the next few days for them to actually make sure that there's no impacts on the schedule.
We'll stop it right there. So the WNBA and the WNBA Players Association, the WNBA Players Association and the league have yet to come to a deal. I didn't know this, but from my understanding and listening to this video and hearing this somewhere else, is that the WNBA players used to get housing during the season, at least during the season, and then also they want, the league is saying, 4 million or so, but the WNBA is wanting each team to have 9. The players want 9 million or so. So damn near double. And so this is where I stand, and this is where I've talked about. It's like beating a dead horse. Last year you were profitable, and yes, you are bringing more attention to your league. But I think that you guys have to realize and understand that you're not getting the attention that you think you're getting. The league has been unprofitable for years and years and years and years. It's been subsidized for years and years for its existence. And you see a little inkling of light, and you're like, you know what? I want all money. I want it all. I want everything. And this is where the problem is at. This is where the disconnect seems to be. If you start a business, and I'll just say this, most businesses, by stats, don't survive the first 3 years. But anyway, if you start a business, a regular old business, you got overhead. Probably the most overhead that you'll probably see if your business ends up being profitable. But if it doesn't, then that's another story. But just say, after a few years, your business becomes profitable. Like that first year, you got overhead. You got the building that you just set up. You got employees you got to pay. You got the products that you need to buy. And all of this is without a return on your investment yet. And so the WNBA/NBA has to do all these things, has to pay for your housing. From what I hear, they have to pay your salary. They have to pay for venues where your events are at. And all these years, you haven't been profitable. But the very first year you become profitable, you want more. Okay, nothing wrong with wanting more. Guess what? We'll meet you somewhere else, something that's more feasible. Because as a business owner, guess what? I don't want to overextend myself after I finally saw profit, because then I'll be back where I was and probably even worse. But they want it all. They want everything. They want more. They want a piece of the profit that hasn't been broken down yet, meaning that you haven't actually seen any return on it. They want that profit already. They want, guess what? We want 30%, we want 40%, whatever that amount is. And so I think that's where the disconnect is at. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I kind of get it plain and clear. Guess what? Maybe we'll come back and visit this next year. You know, if we're profitable next year, and then we'll rerun this. You know, but guess what? That money you said, guess what? Instead of 100,000 or 80,000, which was like the average, you gonna give me 200,000 up to $1 million. I'm taking that right now. But guess what? Next year or the next 2 years, we come back to the table and we revisit it. But what they're doing is before the league could actually excel, and before the league could actually take off, they're choking it out. And I know y'all gonna say the owners have a part to play in this. They do. But as the owner, as a business owner, again, like I told you, the job is to make money. That's the job, right? If you start a business, you don't want to be breaking even. But guess what? The NBA has been subsidized. So that's been the case for a long time. And guess what? Since y'all want to be just like the NBA done have some lockouts. So this might be what needs to happen. The NBA, guess what? They had to get jobs out there. We had plumbers. You know, we had milkmans. We had all these type of cats out there. So, hey, y'all got a good opportunity. If it is a lockout, y'all could be that IG model that y'all wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? You could start your OF account. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you could be on somebody told me something about a fee finder. You got a fee finder, you know, for all those ugly feet folks, I don't know, you might be taking an L for it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got a lot of opportunities out there. You know, you got Uber, you got DoorDash, you got Amazon Flex. Hey, got a lot of opportunities. Since y'all want to be like the NBA, because that's something that the NBA had to do in its infancy stages. The cats was working and hooping. And guess what? They're not asking you to do that. But you know, like I said, that's just my humble opinion. Anyway, Cuzzo, I'll pass it on to you, man. And after you done, we'll do our closing remarks and we up out of here.
Yeah, man, I ain't got much to say about it. You definitely are more passionate about this subject than I am. It's just gonna pretty much be part 2. But I understand, you know, they're looking for a certain treatment, and unfortunately, you know, this just goes to show and say that in a lot of ways, you know, women being in this type of sport and they are trying to get something that they feel that they're owed, it happens in many different arenas. You know, the opposite sex complain about equal pay in every, you know, industry that they work in, you know, in terms of the work that's being done, what I can contribute, what I'm doing, you know, I should be paid as this, you know, this person is this man is paid this, why am I paid, you know, this or that. You know, it's the same story. It's going to continue to be the same story, unfortunately. And what you're saying are all valid points, but as we can see, no one's looking at the validity of the information or the numbers being put on the table. We're only talking about, you know, what I feel, you know, I deserve based on this, that, and the other. And there may be some concessions that they should have. You know, like you said, I didn't know they had housing or whatever, you know. That's something that if you don't have that now, then yeah, that's going to make a difference. But, you know, in terms of what you're seeking, you know, in terms of a dollar amount, you know, I don't understand how that comes into play and that revenue isn't coming in to cover that, you know. So again, this is going to become, which already is, a subsidized league, so we might as well all open up, daycare centers. Maybe the money can come from there, I don't know. Maybe the money can come from, Gavin Newsom's pot, to where he's going to, make California look great again. Money can come out of thin air because they print it out of thin air. So that's what they're expecting the WNBA to do is, write a blank check. I don't care where you get it from. Just make sure that we have it because we believe we deserve it. And it's going to be interesting to see how this ends up. I'm pretty sure they're going to be breaking even in the middle somewhere. They're not going to get everything that they want because, again, the numbers don't make sense. So we'll see what happens. To be continued. I know this is not the last time we heard of this because they're still in negotiations. And the fact of the matter is, you have to be worth, whatever the market say you're worth. So we talked a little bit about this earlier. If I want to pay for this and you selling it for this, am I going to pay that? Just like with the girl India, you asking for this, that, and the other. Why are you complaining? It's not about a complaint. It's about what I want to pay for this item or this service. And this is what you're charging. What are you basing that off of? Your experience, the market, the talent that you feel like you hold? Like, where does that come from? Because we're not filling up these seats every night. It's not like it's sold out. It's looking like thunder. It's looking like Thunder Tropics up in here some night. We got to bring Will Ferrell out here and roll around on roller skates and, have people shoot from a half shot court. And then the money's not even there because it's a fake check. So I don't know. We'll see. To be continued. That's my spiel.
Cool. Well, since you at it, man, any closing remarks?
Yes, indeed, man. As always, shout out to you, Cuzzo, man, for putting it together. Like no better ever. Getting us together. Technically sound. And man, that's definitely a major part of this. And shout out to the listeners out there. Shout out to, Mill 2633, man, for making it through, coming through, hanging out with us, coming through with the jokes. It was definitely, you made it a funnier show. So keep coming back. As you come back, or you keep coming back, definitely tell people about us and come pull up, man, and bring a bunch of it. As they say, bring a bunch of bitches.
Busload of bitches.
Bust some other bitches. But yeah, shout out to the people out there, man. Thank you for the comments and the shares and the likes and the comments. Cuzzo gets definitely excited when he sees that. I get excited because that lets us know that our voices are being heard. People are engaging with our content, and that just means that people are resonating with it. It's not something that we're just coming off the top rope with it, and people ain't feeling that elbow when we come down with it. So shouts out to y'all, and enjoy y'all weekend. It's gonna be hot in LA, so I don't know where you at, but it's gonna be hot out there. Get you something cool to drink and stay inside, enjoy life, and keep going and growing, man. My whole thing as of recent, it's all been about connecting, engaging, and networking with the right people. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing. I got a full weekend with the fam, so looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it, but we're gonna make it work. Appreciate you, Cuzzo.
Absolutely. We appreciate you too, man. Keeping it real with these folks out in these streets. Man, I don't have much to say, man. I'm gonna add a few words. I'll just say, man, you have a great weekend. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the new subscribers. We got, I think, like 8 or so new subscribers in the last week and a half. So shout out to y'all.
So we got 9
y'all.
now, huh?
Huh?
That's 9 total now, huh?
Nah. We at like 45. Yeah, we at like 45. But hey, you know, I don't remember a time when we got that many in a small window. And you know, I would like to think that we get better and better as we go. And that's all we got to keep doing. Stay consistent and keep getting better. So we appreciate you guys, man. Enjoy your weekend. Stay cool if you're in Cali, where if it's hot wherever you are. Mill, shout out to you. You know, thank you for jumping in the comments, man. We appreciate you, man. And we out. Episode number 8? Yeah, episode number 8. What's up, Cuzzo Podcast? Your 2 favorite cousins. We signing out.